It's a zoo. It's a zoo. So. It's a zoo. It's a zoo. Keep it if you will. And if you won't, it's a zoo. We happen to be in a village of Marshall, city of Marshall, town of Marshall. And shout out to Stark on Highway 19. They got a hell of a situation. But it's zoo today. He say no, his eyes recovered a little bit more. And they're recovering from the chemical substance. Although the bleach that was thrown in his eye, and then the sucker punch, to top that off. And his eyes been recovering, if you will, from the injuries that were inflicted upon the zoo. He once again sees something that other people never knew. We in a legitimate business district. And we have no photo artificial intelligent-based equipment. It's a hell of a situation, people. And then if we look closer on School Street, we see a highway in a legitimate business district with a no passing zone missing sign. And then as we focus on today's subject matter, it's the subject matter of it, rookies. Zeus say his eyes recovered. He woke up and read that 10 of his grocery bags went missing. And when he say went missing, it was a hell of a situation. People, you gotta understand what happened. Zeus say he, in his right frame of mind, knowing constitutional law, 1983 civil rights lawsuit, employment contract clause terminations, him knowing and having history, not just talking people of really going to court, really taking the people out left and right. I mean, it was a hell of a situation. And then we got a situation where a fake death threat has triggered another false illegal ruling outside of United States Supreme Court president, and we tried to use executive order. But as we trying to figure out what was in the people mind frame when they tried to play with Zoo this way, we're trying to figure out, did they know about Good versus Confight? Because that new president, you see, it took precedent over the executive order. And as we talk about the do's and the don'ts of legal jargon, a zookeeper want to remind you he's a YouTube auditor. You can find him on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and his job, his job by God has been to oversee the government, and he don't wear the uniform. And he say his show today is for anybody, that has offended God, committed a sin, committed a crime, or did an evil doing, and repented for it. And they tried to shout out to no artificial intelligence photo enforced highway safety. It's Zoo. He say we on the highway, legitimate JCT County T highway, business district. No photo enforced artificial intelligence based equipment because the lawyers just ain't lawyering right, if you will. Then Zoo say he promised the court we gonna make it to United States Supreme Court because I've been there 10 times. And the people laughed at him and called him names. Can you dig it? It was a hell of a situation. And he say he right back in it. No artificial intelligence-based photo enforced equipment when we got crosswalks and all these other walks lit up pretty good, but want to focus on the safety part of it and the budget that ain't being proposed through grants and proposals. We want to focus on that type of funding. No, that ain't here. And we want to focus on all the same companies caught up in the traditional act of soliciting the government for the same type of fundings through the companies. It's a zookeeper. He don't sleep. He say, we got one hell of a situation. United States Supreme Court, we got a state executive order, a federal executive order versus Guilt versus Confight. And we know Guilt versus Confight. Now, he was everywhere. Who was Guilt versus Confight? He was a YouTube author. He's something like Zuki. He didn't sleep. No, he said his head, he had hit a lick. And the people kept trying to steal his groceries. No, the people kept trying to steal his groceries because they had never, in their lifetime, a shout out to County T, no photo enforced artificial intelligence-based equipment, nowhere in the loop, but zookeepers say we're going to fix that shortly, but as we delegating today, we going to address 23 a CV91 JDP. Now, Zookeeper on his show exercised his First Amendment right and did the judge erroneously, biasedly, prejudiciously, arrogantly draft an order that did not coincide with legal authority. Once again, just to get the zookeeper back on his phone to see how we was going to navigate our way to the Supreme Court. And how we going to navigate is we got Guilt versus Confight. You know, the right of a private citizen to get on YouTube and audit and talk about, report bad conduct, bad work performances, and stand on it and tell the people, I'm going to get you back in court. That's not a threat, that's a promise. Constitution guarantees. It guarantees. It don't say, well, according to my constitutional right, I can let you abuse me and lie on me in the courtroom, and I can't say nothing about it. I just got to take it. Constitution never said that. And Zookeeper said never said that. So we got some judge that was so bold in his decision, arrogant in his decision. And when he seen that Zookeeper say he been to the United States Supreme Court on 10 occasions, the man lost his mind. There's no way I can let him beat me. Well, it's really not about me beating you. It's about what the people done before me and you came. Shout out to you, baby. It's a Zookeeper playing with your membrane. He say he the best pastor in the world with a human tongue. He say he the best lawyer in the world, none accredited. He say he been in the United States Supreme Court on 10 occasions. He say he the best auditor in the world of government business. That's what he said. So we got some judge that tried to play like he rewrote the Constitution. He rewrote Guilt versus Confight. He took a person's right to audit and report the government. There's no way, no judge sitting on any bench in any state, in any federal territory can stop you from accessing the court to complain about police and state and federal employees that willingly hide evidence. If you really understand what evidence is. The Zookeeper, he don't sleep. He say, we're in a legitimate business district. You know, and the judge, he never thought about this. You know, Zookeeper say he don't know why the judge played with him. but he's not going to stop him from his groceries. He already lost in the Seventh Circuit. Then he already lost on the judicial bias complaint. Then he said, he threatening me. How the hell I'm threatening you? You're going to do your job right. This is not a threat. It's a promise from the zookeeper. He don't play. So let's lock it in, people. Whenever you sign up to be a judge, you know, it's moral obligations and contracts you got to abide by. You just can't get on the bench and do anything you want to do to the people because you feel like you could do it. Law don't say that. The 14th Amendment due process do not say that. It don't say that. And we in a legitimate business district. Once again, shout out to Deerfield Road. And shout out to the farmers market. And shout out to all this money we missing in the city of Marshall, village of Marshall, town of Marshall. Look at us, people. We looking real good in Marshall. Tree and wire kissing all the way till they can't kiss no more. It's something like what happened with Zoo. Zookeeper say, hold on, slow down, rookies. I'm really an auditor. I'm really the best lawyer in the world. I just ain't been to your school. But I've been devouring all your students, you know, that say they know about law. And Zookeeper say, we can check the records on this. So here it is. Stop it, rookies. Here it is. Zookeeper say he back in it at his sweet spot. That's a sweet spot for Zoo. He saying so much business. Shout out to J&R Sugar. Shout out to Ace Hardware. Shout out to Little Camera trying to catch a little business. Shout out to this, though. Shout out to the outdated camera coding system we see before us. You know, Zookeeper, he don't play. He say he had a show. He was going to teach you about artificial, intelligent, photo enforced business district, tax codes, grants and proposals for government money. And anybody can do it. No, that's what Zoo said. Zoo said he was going to teach the people how to get out here and speak on artificial, intelligent grant proposals for new traffic control safety. No, it was a promise from the zookeeper. No, he did not lie. But the judge say, because you threatening the people that come to your house over 100 times and interfered with your show, that know nothing about what you know, that's not educated like you, that's not understood, wrote one grant, one proposal, that's not been to the United States Supreme Court one time, that's not did this, that's not did that. We backing for petition today. You know, we had some rookie and some uniform and some workstation in the federal courthouse with a whole bunch of federal people thought they could scare Zookeeper. Oh, we gonna lock you up. You been locking me up for nothing. It ain't nothing new under the sun. What else you got? No, what else you got? Zookeeper say he keep getting locked up for no reason. And the police say they ain't done nothing wrong. But they knew he had a show on YouTube. And they knew they had no educational system or training opportunity like what Zookeeper do to the people and the public. And we talk about photo enforced business district areas and Deerfield Road in the city of Marshall, town of Marshall, village of Marshall. Ain't nobody in the government's office wrote a proposal for photo enforced business district camera code. None of these rookies. Name one of them. But they wanted to play with Zoo like they knew something. But they was lost in the lexicon playing with somebody that really understood the law. So as we breaking down the law today, we're going to the United States Supreme Court to test whether or not that fake executive order was erroneously applied according to the Constitution and according to the facts and the situations and the circumstances before us. Because the Zookeeper woke up with blood on his house. He woke up with blood on his cross. No police could benefit from a judge that would make a bias ruling that say you threatened them when you had blood actually thrown on your house. What type of court we playing? In the city of Madison, county of Dane. What we saying is we're going to the United States Supreme Court on case law that's already here. We want to slow this down so Chief can get an understanding of what he done. It's okay. He say he got 25 gifts from God. And then we have a chief judge try to interfere on a person's free exercise right clause, which he cannot do. Thompson versus Holmes, 809 Fed 3376. And then we have a chief judge that will write up anything, a legal order, and say, you violated a threat rule. But there was no threat. Because Zookeeper say his show is so educational, so nutritional. It talks about so much government money that Tony Evers and all his elected officials not talking about. And we talking about raising taxes. You know, these are things that the Zookeeper say he talk about on his show. No artificial intelligence. We don't go off skin color in Zookeeper school. Ain't no such thing. But what we gonna go off of is the law. So we trying to figure out how to judge 23 CV 91 JDP say the Zookeeper threatened the police when he promised them. He said, well, God gonna give me the strength to get you back. You mislead the sheep. You put in fake evidence. We can't get there off fake evidence. And we can't get there off fake defense. It's okay. He said we can't get there off fake evidence and fake defense. We're gonna get exposed. And Zookeeper say he come to expose the people. Who the hell we thought we were playing with? A goofy? No. Zookeeper say he been sat down and stroked like a baby. No, working the staff and the prisons and community. No, when they play with him, like he goofy, like he can't read, and he can't write, and he can't analyze case law, federal rules, regulations, contract employment, contract law, terminations, like he goofy. So we in a hell of a situation, people. Zookeeper say Chief Judge James E. Peterson would not recuse himself. Why? 25 times a man asks you to recuse yourself off a case, you got to have a protected interest if you keep making illegal court orders. All of it illegal. And he say, Zookeeper threatening people. But hold on, the 7th Circuit Court of Appeals already say Chief Judge James E. Peterson was wrong. 21 CB 555 JDP. All opposing counsels was wrong. Everything they put in did not add up to what Zookeeper said. So Zookeeper get him on 23 CV 91 JDP. He just lit into him. Oh, he threatening us. That's not a threat, that's a promise. You cannot put your hand on the Bible. You cannot play in the courtroom in the United States of America, putting in false evidence, tampering with witnesses, tampering with evidence, tampering with the plaintiff, with fake court orders to frustrate the process of the United States government transparent court system. It's a moral obligation you must follow. And Zeus say from the looks of it, no, he been just consistently showing you what he could do on YouTube. Consistently showing you what the police ain't doing on YouTube. Consistently showing you what the police and their lawyers ain't doing. Why we ain't got? Why we got lazy? Oh, this is what Zookeeper say. It's a legitimate business district, highway code and system that he had to get going on because the people was too educated. You know, they were too educated. You know, they was too educated. They was too educated. They couldn't stop being educated. And then Zookeeper come to town. He say, well, hold on, I know about this. We got bigotry, we got buffoonery, we got fake court processes going on, we got a kangaroo court going on, and United States of America Supreme Court, United States Seventh Circuit Court of Appeals don't allow no kangaroo court. Because once you put your hand on that Bible, declare and decree it, say you're telling the truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God through deposition, through all type of research, instrument that a litigant can use to get you properly deposed. Shout out to the city of Marshall. You know, Zookeeper say he got interrupted on his $50 million quest, but he has not stopped. And now, God has given him the unique opportunity to really showcase his skill. No, really showcase why he made it to United States Supreme Court anonymously, not playing. You know, Zookeeper say his show is for all criminals who went the wrong way. You know, and then they try to go the right way, but they got so many haters, so many sidetrackers, so many goofies in their way, playing like they doing the public a service. But we really ain't doing the public a service, because we really ain't got no artificial intelligence based coding systems. We really ain't got no money going on that could be going on when it really should be going on. Should it? Or do we want to stay broke? Want to stay playing bigotry, buffoonery? Want to stay back in Plessy versus Ferguson days? We want to stay stuck in our imagination. Why everybody got and I don't got, but then we got people that really want, but the people that got in the way. And would photo enforce business district camera code look good right here? It's a Zookeeper. He say he don't give in to no person threat. You know how many government officials he have got fired? So we got another one that said, okay, well, if you say you can fire me, show me. Well, we going to show you what the Constitution say. And we going to show you what the Judicial Code say. We going to show you that you're not bigger than God, rookie. We going to show you the truth. Bring it on. It's a Zookeeper. He don't sleep. He say he been molested through the court system. In the city of Madison, in the county of Dane. Well, we know United States Supreme Court president say one thing, and this judge just on the bench doing anything that don't make sense. It's Zookeeper. We don't sleep. Part 2 is coming soon. Well, Zookeeper say we in the city of Marshall, town of Marshall, village of Marshall. And he keep consistently being confused when he see no photo enforced business district area code system. It just blown his mind. And he say we were going to talk about this type of money a long time ago. You know, it was supposed to be a long time ago, but then we had some real haters get in the way. You know, Zookeeper turned people down, and he get to turning people down, don't want them to be a part of their life, and then all the hating coming out. You know, I hate him. I want to do this to him. I please help me. They crying, they begging. They crying tears. A Zookeeper say gonna bring them to their knees. Not under threat of violence, but under threat of Constitution. When you sign an employment contract, under the constitutional protection, that you would not offend the Constitution, that you would not molest the Constitution, that you would not do anything illegal in your job description, according to the Constitution. Then you set yourself up to go to jail, according to the Constitution. So Zookeepers say, we got a hell of a situation. We got 25 lawsuits. We got 3.5 years worth of work or more. Well, we can demonstrate through electronic filing systems, not playing around. You know, we demonstrated all the way through the electronic filing systems that we got a judge that so arrogantly, so boldly, in numerous cases, violated the Constitution of the United States of America under the 14th Amendment, under all kind of amendments to protect the police when the police was not deserving of protection. Let's run that back. We got a judge that has took it upon himself to try to rescue people who were not rescuable. They were very liable. Over 100 and some police reports to a man's house. That's harassment. And then we say he got on his phone and did a show, told the people he believed in God. He was going to show them how God worked, and they were going to see that they were being misled. And then the prophecy revealed itself. Seventh Circuit kick in. Hold on. According to what he said, not according to what you said. What you said is invalid. It's irrelevant. It's null and void. What you said was frivolous. The judge, what he said was frivolous. The opposing counsel, what they said was frivolous. So then we got the people just cheating. Won't stop cheating because they knew Zookeeper had went broke. He could not get the proper resources that he needed. And then, Lord behold, Seventh Circuit kick in still and say, hold on, we got you. And we want to shout out what's going to happen today. Seventh Circuit Court of Appeals, they going to file that informal populist pursuit. And then we really going to get exposed to the corrupt court. And then we really going to get him fired, according to the Constitution. That's what we going for. You can't play with me for 3.5 years and think that you just got away smooth criminal. Lying like a gang member. Judge moving like a gang member. Police moving like gang members. Outside the will of God, outside the Constitution, that's moving like gang members. What he put in today. Oh yeah, let's gang him up. And then we got United States Supreme Court finna look at some executive order that was falsely used to release police 23 CV 91 JDP Officer Milkerson coming to Zookeeper's house over 100 times with his people, knowing that the person was making false phone calls, knowing they had never arrested the person when he was making false phone calls. That's what the United States Court want to hear. The juicy stuff. How people detach from humanity, get reprobated in the mind, and they get power struck through their position. That's what this Zookeeper do to the people. He don't threaten the people. He promised under the Constitution that God set for man, through man, that he was going to get the people back who tried to pay with him in the land. So we want to let you know we in the city of Marshall, village of Marshalltown, and Marshall. We got a little work to do, but nevertheless, my fans, see, they needed another show. They wanted to know why Zookeeper was silent. Why Zookeeper so committed. Well, we got to understand. When you expose corruption, see, and the people don't want to get caught, it was something like what happened with Chief James P. Daley, Rock County case 2010 CF 1301. He was cheating his butt off. He looked at no law book. He kept telling Zookeeper, if you write me again, I'm going to fine you. I'm going to bar you from the courthouse to file anything. And Zookeeper say, I worked under these type of conditions. Know the best because I know the law. So we put in appeal. Hands down, Zookeeper win. And now the judge, he apologized. But Zookeeper say because Chief Judge James D. Bailey respected Zookeeper and apologized for his conduct. He apologized for it. And he released him. He did not come after him on lawsuit. But now we got to understand, when can you sue a judge? No, that's important to today's lesson. When can you sue a judge for repeatedly denying you due process through the court system and repeatedly violating his employment contract and repeatedly releasing police from liability that should have never been released from liability, according to Supreme Court President, according to Seventh Circuit Court of Appeals President. Now, we trying to figure this out because we already had blood thrown on the house. We already had the city of Janesville police fail to investigate the death threat by Sergeant Drew Severson and their constituents, Lieutenant Blazer, all these people. No, we trying to really figure this out. We really trying to get to Washington on this campaign. No, this ain't no fake campaign. This the realest campaign could ever be campaign where Zookeeper say he invested 3.5 years of not even sleeping with women to get his point across that everybody who played with him gonna pay. No, you can't draft up no fake order and say that's justice. The appearance of justice and justice is two different justices. That's why we got 7 head-bodied justices in the Supreme Court system. And we gonna invoke all 7 justices from the Court of Appeals to see what Chief Judge James D. Peterson did and get him to come to court and add testificatum to all the things that he done in his right frame of mind. And he said he was really doing the law. But then we know he wasn't because the 7th Circuit Court of Appeals already said he wasn't. It ain't no thing where Zookeeper had been threatening the people because he was wrong. It ain't no thing where Zookeeper say he was threatening the people. It was never a threat. It was a promise. A threat and a promise is two different things. God give you provision to work through any demonic sidetracking or any human trauma and behavior, chaos, that's anarchy in the system and don't coincide with the government. See, that's what God do for you when you're really protected. And a lot of people want to be true sheep, but they not. A lot of people called by God, but he don't really use them because they become fake. They become plastic. Money is their God. A lot of people become plastic and fake when money get involved. It's that money, baby. And Zookeeper say he pray for all his soldiers that, went to institutions for trying to provide for their family, they loved ones and their friends, and they get out and they bounce back. And sometimes people don't bounce back because some people can hate you so much, have so many hidden slave drive mentality motives for you, and you have no idea why they got these traps set for you. And God say Psalms 35:5, the demons gonna set their trap. The naysayers gonna set their trap. Those fake believers who prophesy false prophecy, they gonna set their trap for my son, my daughter, for my child. But in the name of God, in the public, you're going to be able to show strength made manifest through any demonic sidetracking, any mad human behavior that will deviate you off your will and your purpose. Let's take a few seconds to lock that in, rookies. Zookeeper say this his school. He had a show under the First Amendment, and Chief Judge James D. Peterson not only violated guilt versus confight, but he also violated Brown versus the Board of Education. Because Zookeeper say he had a real school, he really was beating the government and all the things that he said he'd do. He really beat him in court. He really was doing this to him. He really was doing that, and he was broke the whole way through. And then we come up with some sidetracking, some illegal orders to delay. Now, this is an unnecessary delay. We got so many unnecessary delays that occurred. Well, why is he? We got to study him some more. It's no need to study. You lost. The Agnew defeat is crucial. And we shot Chief Judge James D. Peterson out personally today because we want to see what that executive order going to do with all the case laws that guilt versus confight laid as foundational structures for Zoo to get to Supreme Court and eat him alive. You use fake authority. Zookeeper say he the Michael Jordan of the courtroom. The people could not believe it. How could a criminal be this good in the courtroom? How could he beat all our lawyers? How could he just consistently do this to us? Well, God, the God I serve. I don't know. See, I gotta break it down, people. I gotta be honest with you. The God I serve. Zookeeper. He say, well, look, I'm gonna make you rich if you can hang on for 4 or 5 years. Can you hang on? And Zoo say yes. He say it's gonna be a lot of people in your way, but you gotta navigate through the cell. Don't let them play with the murky ethers of your flesh. And Zeus say, there's no way. No, because time never was when man was not. If time should live, man should live, and God should not exist. No, this is for my people that believe in the Zookeeper. And we don't understand why Chief Judge James E. Peterson did this. Did he do this to show Zookeeper off? Hey, I can't deal with this guy. Look what he put in court. This man know every policy and every law we got to work with. Who the hell is this? We don't know what happened. But what we do know happened is my groceries got played with. 23 CV, 91 JDP, my groceries got played with, Brookers. Zeus say he was trying to make an impression upon somebody who asked him on a date. And then his groceries get played with. Not once, not twice, not 3 times, not 4 times, not 10 times. And then, Lord behold, it was the same document where Victoria A. Bailey, she come to help Zookeeper out when he got punched in the eye. And shout out to the healing of the eye. It's healing up, it's looking good, people. Let's lock it in. We gotta lock it in. We want you to see the healing of the eye. It's really healing. It's beautiful. If you don't mind, stop. You don't mind. Zookeeper say he had to do it. No, he had to get all the police back in the line with God's will. He had to get the court back in line with God's will. He had to get the society back in line with God. We talking about the people that commit crime every day, the people that don't want to commit crime. We're talking about those in the middle that might bust a move every now and then. We're talking about those that will never bust a move. We talking about, but God said we should have more in abundance. But you got to challenge the government. A respectful challenge. And today we putting a respectful challenge on the table today. Let's talk about it, people. It's Zookeeper, we don't sleep. It's Zookeeper, we don't sleep. And you don't mind. You don't mind, people. So we got a little bit more work done, if you don't mind. Let's break it down. We got the notice of appeals, all we put in. No, but then we want to get to that fake order of business. No, it wasn't no real order of business. It wasn't real order of business. It was fake business. It wasn't real business. Duke keeps saying it wasn't real business. If you don't mind, he gonna get the fire going and work today. He wanna get the fire going. We got salmon we eating today. We got good food, nutrition up food we eating today. Shout out to baby. We want you to get the clipboard out at this point. It's okay. First of all, we want to talk about summary judgment. We do. We must. Allen Knoll versus Madison Area Technical College, y'all. But let's not do that yet. Stop, not do that yet. He said if you don't mind, he gonna eat him a big old bowl of this wonderful food today. But as we eating food, we want to focus on the bread of life. John 10:10. The Lord our God said, I come to give life and life abundantly to the sheep, but the devil now, that dirty devil comes to steal, kill, and destroy. And when we uh when we go against God's will, people, no, he don't play. People say the order's coming up with all of business. You will. We got to talk about that fake order. We know what guilt versus confide is. 6, 5, 8, Fed 30, and 82 and 83. You can also find guilt in Los Angeles. You can also find guilt in so many other towns like cities in Chicago. And let's talk about Exhibit 11. No, this was Exhibit the people tried to use on Zookeep. Executive Office for the United States Attorneys, Federal Bureau of Investigations, and Federal Bureau of Prisons defendants. No, Zoo have never been a defendant. He has never been charged with this case, this fake threat. That had happened. Let's get Exhibit 11 in the skillet. No, that's the fake news they tried to use against Zoo. That was fake news. Wasn't nothing real about it. Zoo say he the Michael Jordan of the courtroom. He just went the wrong way. He had fell into a spell where he wanted to sell drugs. He wanted to sleep with as many women as he possibly could, and he could not please this lust demon. But the demon has fizzled out. It did something like this, people. First, it was percolating. Now he was hot. He had to have everybody the girl, and then something like this happened. Maybe versus Executive Office for United States Attorneys, not reported in federal supplement. It's a 2020 case, and we want to know Thompson versus Clark, 596 US / 2022. Does that take precedent over this executive order? And then, false arrest. Now we got plenty of them thrown out. Judge already said it was not there. So stop. We want to get to the discussion. The discussion of it. Let's lock it in on the site. Executive Office for the United States Attorneys, Federal Bureau of Investigation, and Federal Bureau of Prisons, case number 318 CV 1939 MAB. We had some jailhouse lawyer come up with something, and you got to understand that Attorney Ryan Trustdale had already told Zookeeper that he was a jailhouse lawyer on the phone. I used to represent a lot of people from the jail. So he come up with this case thinking that he was going to be able to deviate Zookeeper from continuing to pursue his lawsuits. No, it was a sick situation. And then we got 100 police reports, and we got a summary judgment proposed finding the facts that was so inconsistent with the federal rules and procedures. What we proceed as we proceed to give you what you need. Stop, Ruckus. Damn it, you wanted it. Executive Office for the United States Attorneys, Federal Bureau of Prisons, and Federal Bureau of Defendants, case number 318 CV 1939 MAB, signed 3/31/2020. Attorney and law firms, Will Mabee Thompson, pro se. Nicholas J. Let's see, get into the discussion of it. The court opts to first address the motion to dismiss. In the motion, defendants indicate the plaintiff has mailed several documents to defense counsel in the court that contain threats and or disparage members of judiciary, court staff, and defense counsel at Docket 28, in particular, and a notice filed with the court before the filing ban was proposed. Plaintiff insulted Judge Richard Mills, writing, I question whether Mills is lucid enough to find the courthouse. No, Zookeeper has never done this. No, Zookeeper has never done this. in a mailing sent to the defense counsel, plaintiff salutation was, "Hey, jackasses." Zookeeper has never done this. Uh, and he also stated and same mailing that the BLP was fucking off my medical again. Zookeeper has never done this. Call Officer to Tom and then tell him to quit. Zookeeper has never done this. Zookeeper say he aligned the people up with the scriptures and he aligned them up with the constitutional foes of life, the laws of nature, the laws of man, and the laws of God. And the laws of nature will show you the truth because a man can't get outside his nature. So Zook said he had, hey man, let's slow down for a minute. I'm really a lawyer. I'm pro se. I really been getting people out. 400 people I got out of jails, false arms, prisons, filed countless lawsuits. Let me get you off my caseload because you're not judging right. So Zookeeper say there's nowhere in the file. Attorney Ryan Trustdale, Attorney Jasmine Baynard, nowhere in the file has documented any letter that say he called them jackasses, he sent threats. What Zoo did was get on the phone and see whether or not they had got that evidence that they say they had got clarified from Leslie A. Vaughn. No, Leslie A. Vaughn was the records office supervisor for the city of Janesville Police Department. And she said it was 2 body cameras where they only sent 1. And Zookeeper say he asked the court now, hey, won't you hire an expert to see if the body cam footage been tampered with? But the judge said there was no reason to do that. But now we got a situation where 2 body cams been reported by the supervisor of the records office. But then the police in their response with their lawyer who been crooking through the crooking of crookings, he say it's only 1. And then we got to go to switchboard evidence. And then we get to 23 CV 91 JDP. Well, we see they knocking on the door, knowing that the caller who's making these false calls continue to make the false calls, and they busted him several times. But they still come and harass Zoo. At no point did they say, hey, you got to stop doing this. No, we want to know what lawful conduct is in the United States of America. And we want to get the 7th Circuit Court of Appeal and the United States Supreme Court to get on top of these people. Because we have created a situation where now the public is becoming distrusting of the police because they know Zoo. See, the police know Zoo. The people in prison know Zoo. They know he didn't got them out of jails and false arms in prison. They know he didn't got lawsuits won from them. They know this about him. See, they know his reputation. And when you got people that will go so far as to damage your reputation because they want to be reputable, they want to be respected, but then they doing something like this. None of Zookeeper lawsuits say he called in a judge jackass. Now, we got to understand what incompetent means. You know, the court always say you're doing some incompetent things when you're doing incompetent things. This is a legal jargon word. This is an acceptable, appropriate word. And then we got to know what judicial tampering is. Then we got to know what opposing counsel evidence tampering is, destruction of evidence is. No, we got so many things, and the skillet is so hot with a million. It's Zookeeper.